hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and let's get right into it because Bitcoin could be getting ready to get its move very soon, either towards the upside or towards the downside. Now let's dive right into the Bitcoin analysis, as we probably do just have a little bit to do today. Again, the markets were open and we got a bit of upside in the Russell 2000 and some downside in the SPY and then the S&P 500 as well, but actually ended up pretty, I would say flat on the day. I wouldn't say it's that green. The Qs basically were flat on the day, and the SPY was up 25 basis points. All right, but let's keep going here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Excuse me, and Bitcoin is actually cutting into that green money flow once again on the daily time frame, which is looking quite good. You have a -5 and a 16 on the dual band strength index, and on the weekly time frame, like I said yesterday, you still got that green money flow, so Bitcoin could be getting some more upside in the short term. And looking at the DXY is getting some pretty significant downside at the moment. If it starts to break these major support levels, then the dollar is going to go significantly lower and gold could be getting ready to go significantly higher, and the markets could take off towards the upside as well. And looking at everything right now, I think Bitcoin could be poised to get a potential rally, but again, I still have the possibility of us getting a small correction towards the downside before we take ourselves up towards the upside. And again, that would be a drop down to potentially the 382 or the 50% retracement at 28,148, but nothing says that we have to do that. We could very easily keep moving towards the upside here into our wave 3, which means this would have been the wave 2 bottom right here, and then we've held the 236, and then we're just going to keep moving towards the upside to higher targets of potentially 35,000 and higher. Okay, and then moving on, let's take a look at wave edge here, and I don't think we have any new signals on wave edge. Especially, we've seen some selling on the daily time frame. We got a green cross on a 4-hour. I think this was on Friday last week, and then we've had nothing since then. We actually had 2 liquidation moves. We essentially got a pump today to 31,000, and then we got a drop all the way back down to 30,200. So again, this is just wicking out people before the CPI news that's going to be coming out on Wednesday, and then we have PPI, and then we have more economic data coming out on Friday as well. So this is going to be an action-packed week. It's obviously starting off a little bit slow. The SPY is not moving that much at the moment. Same thing for the Qs, right? Pretty flat on the day. The only mover today I would say would be the Russell 2000. I mean, look at that move today. Very, very big move up. It was up over 1.71% or 1.86% if you guys trade on the Wenda. And again, if this one starts to break out, then you could have a very nice move up towards the upside, potentially. Sorry, those are really bad drawing. Potentially as high as 2,000 on the Russell, and if you go higher, then I'll have some more higher targets for you guys. But Russell's looking pretty good right now. We are bouncing off that 200-day moving average as well and holding above it, so that's looking good. Looking at the Russell, sorry, not the Russell, the Dow Jones. Again, this is only 30 stocks and it's price cap weighted, but if the Dow Jones is able to hold this green box support, and we could very well keep moving towards the upside, as maybe even as high as 35,400. All right. But again, I think the markets are getting pretty significantly toppy at the moment. If we just go back to the NASDAQ right here, you guys can see we ran into some pretty heavy resistance. And if we start to break this pivot low right here, this pretty important one, right, that means that we're going to start to make lower lows, and we could very easily start to break down here. And again, we've seen a little bit of selling right at the moment, but this I wouldn't say this is like the market starting to go down. I would say it's a rotation of capital. You're starting to see like the big caps like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, except for Meta. Meta was actually up on the day today, but it did experience some selling. But again, if these stocks start to pull back here, and then you're starting to see all these smaller cap stocks like Roku starting to get a very big bid today. It was up over 8% on the day. All right, so you're seeing all these smaller stocks starting to get a nice bid in the market. And that's probably because the mega caps ran, and now you're starting to see all these small stocks run, right? So that's kind of like when Bitcoin pumps, and then you see the altcoins catch up after. It's kind of funny because it kind of the same concept kind of applies to crypto and stocks. All right, so that's essentially what I'm thinking right now. And then looking quickly, let's cover natural gas, because natural gas was actually up very nicely on the day today. It was up over 4.5%. If nat gas starts to break this downsloping trend line here, I would get very bullish on nat gas. I would think that the lows are potentially in after this pullback that we've gotten here. So if we do a little bit of a retracement from this move, again, this would tell me that this move is already finished. We're holding this support level and we're going to get ready to move towards the upside. Okay, but if we go lower, then we'll start to take a look at the 618 to the 668 and maybe tag even as low and to tag this down, this upsloping yellow trend line. And again, it would still be bullish there unless we make lower lows. In that case, I'm pretty sure that gas is going to start breaking down and making lower lows in the market. But this would mean that probably oil or something like that would be going down as well. And at the moment, oil is actually starting to break out. I am short oil at the moment. I do expect oil to start to go down, but this may not happen just yet. It's very possible that we could get a very big move up in oil before a drop down. Again, this would be very inflationary and not that bullish for the markets because it's going to cause a lot of long-term damage again. But again, the markets want to be bullish, they're going to be bullish. And let's take a look at the hash ribbon indicator at the moment. Nothing happening so far. No capitulation cross, but I want to take a look at is Bitcoin mining selling pressure. We are getting a little bit of selling pressure at the moment from the miners, and it's kind of happening at the highs as well. But sometimes we've seen Bitcoin mining pressure starting to increase, and then we see small little pumps afterwards, sort of like here. Except for this one, we saw Bitcoin mining pressure, right? So miners selling pressure, and then we saw a little bit of an 8% pump. So if we get a little 8%, 10% pump, that would actually bring us to like 32,000. Okay. All right, so that's essentially what I have for you guys tonight. Nothing too crazy. Bitcoin's consolidating, getting ready for the move, and I'll have some more updates for you guys as we get more economic data. All right, so love you all. Thank you all for subscribing. If you guys want to get access to my crypto stock trading signals, links in the description.